Hi, this is Alexandra with Beadaholique, here to show you how to make the Celtic Clover earrings. I had a really good time making these, thinking about St. Patrick's Day coming up. I was excited to see that we had these little clover focal beads, so I wanted to do something with them. And what I have here are some metallic Olivine seed beads, Tohos that are Demi round. I've got the 8-Os and the 11-Os, some metallic green SuperDuos, Checkmate's 2-hole bar beads, some ovular Czech glass clover beads, and my gold-plated ear wire. I'm going to use some FireLine and my size 12 needle. And how I'm going to start is by alternating 3 of the 8-Os with 2 of the SuperDuos. Once I get those on there, I'm going to add my 2-hole bead, my bar bead, and I'm going to do that 3 more times so that I have 4 bar beads on the line. I really love green, so I enjoyed mixing the different hues. Finding the sizes and shapes that would work, and it's really fun how all these new types of beads fit together. Give you a lot of options for design work. And one more. I always, with the SuperDuos, vet my beads. I look and make sure that both holes are open, because every once in a while a batch will have one that's sealed closed for some reason. If you end up having strung them all together and you're missing a hole, it's tough. So there's that tip to make sure your beads are good to go, which they almost always are. And now that I have all my beads on, I'm going to bring the 2 ends around and tie first an overhand knot. Get those tight together. One more. And to make it even more secure, I'm going to do a surgeon's knot where I loop it through twice. Make sure that lands in between the 8-O and the 2-hole bead where I want it. Nice and tight. I'll go ahead and clip that tail off. And my next step is to choose a clover bead. I'm going for green. These are peacocks, so they come in all sorts of purpley blue, green combinations. Get that strung on and into the center. And I want to sew it in by taking the thread coming out of it and looping it around the thread that I sewed the circle of beads with, so that it locks it in there on one side of that 2-hole bead. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Try not to poke myself. I'm going to repeat it again, just to make sure it's nice and strong. One more. All right. Once I'm confident that that bead's in place, I'm going to start in on the second outer row of beads. And for that, I'm going to thread my needle through the second open hole of my bar bead. I'm going to string on 3 of my 11-Os and go through the SuperDuo. Now, once I get through the SuperDuo, I'm going to add 2 the Ados in between. Give it a little more of a leaf, kind of that outer clover leaf effect. And then 3 more 11-Os into that bar bead, and I'm going to repeat the process all the way around the edge. All right, I got my last 3 beads in there, and what I'm going to do is double back through the outer layer of the beads, the outer ring, so that I bring the thread to the top of the clover and make sure the earring is upright. Have the design facing the way that I want it before I add the ear wire. And what I'm going to do to put that ear wire on is come up to the top bar bead. I'm going to add 3 of these 8-Os onto my thread, string them down to the top of the bar bead. Oh, and you'll notice that the clover actually faces top to bottom on one side, and on the other side it's the reverse. So when you put it on the ear wire, you'll just decide which one you want facing forward. I usually have the stem on the bottom. So, all right, once I get my 3 8-Os on there, I'm going to double back through 2 of them so that my thread catches on that 3rd one. And I love how I discovered that the 8-O Tohos can act like a jump ring. So that will be the connection that I use for the ear wire. Just going to double this back through here. The FireLine is tough stuff, so I'm confident that for a lightweight earring like this, it will hold. And I'm going to start to knot the thread to secure it. Once here, and then I'll do one more knot in a different location. The trick is always getting the thread to lay right where I want it and not catch on a different bead. I'm still actually relatively new to seed beading, so I've been having an absolute ball experimenting with these designs. Beadaholique has so many different colors, it's wonderful. All right, so I'm gonna clip my extra thread and grab a flat plier to help me open up my ear wire. Choose the front of my earring, which is stem side down, and go ahead and thread that Toho bead onto the ear wire. And there we have it. 2 sweet little clover earrings. Great for people who love green and for St. Patrick's Day. So there's the finished pair of clover earrings, Celtic Clover earrings. And this project bundle is available at Beadaholique.com.